Hello, Atlanta Athletic Club. Matt Check, PGA Teaching Pro here at the club. Today we're going to go over a drill that I like, that I used a lot as a kid to help your takeaway, to prepare yourself for a better swing. The first couple feet of the backswing are so important because it's moving the slowest. We can change it the easiest and have the domino effect to have it correlate to the rest of our swing. If we're taking the club back improperly, it's going to be tough to be consistent. Also, we're here on a 112-yard shot. There's no coincidence that the best players in the world, Scotty Scheffler right now is leading the PGA Tour in 125 yards and in scoring average. So yes, hitting the ball far is great, but if you can't really get the ball close from 125 and in, you're losing shots and you're not going to be as good as you can. I like to do with my students TrackMan test from 70 to 125, and it'll shoot out random numbers every single shot, and they'll play for 18 shots, and they kind of get their test score at the end and see how they do. Puts a good practice regimen and gets a little bit under pressure. But in general, let's get to this takeaway drill. What I want to see, and Justin Thomas to me has the best takeaway that I've seen out there right now. As you watch Justin Thomas, he's going to take the butt of the club straight back, keeping it right here. Too many players I see have the butt of the club moving away from their body as they go back, and that in turn gets the club head behind the hands. So we're going to really work on, with this drill, keeping the butt of the club going straight back, keeping the right arm straight and on top, and that gets our body into a better tilt, and then we can make sure that we're connected and we can keep that club face under control going back. So what's the drill? What I want to see is for you to take your trail hand, put it under and in front of your lead hand, and let that arm push you back. This arm is going to push the club back. That's going to make sure that we're going back, straight back. Now, as we do this, we want to add some radial deviation or hinge and get that club loaded. It's important that we're loading the club, especially on these shorter shots. If we take it and we load it at the top for a full swing, it's not going to bother us too much, but it's better to load it early if we're not doing these full swings and we're doing these 3/4 wedge swings. So the drill is to put the hand in front, kind of hinge it and push it back. And if you watch Justin Thomas swing here on the side, you'll see how well he does at kind of digging the butt of the club in towards his right thigh, keeping the club head in front of his hands. And all this is going to do is get that club center of mass nice and vertical, so that when we change directions, it shallows a little bit and we can really throw the rotation on it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a couple here. My thought process is I don't get to practice a lot, so I'm not going to hit a full shot very often with a wedge. I have my 51-degree wedge. It can go about 125, but this is a 112. This is a perfect 3/4 shot. So as you watch, I kind of feel my takeaway here. I actually brush my right thigh as I go back because I haven't turned my hips out of the way. On the real swing, I'd be turning my hips. So that's a good feel as well. And just practicing these yardages is going to make you such a better golfer. So really work on that 70 to 125 range next time you go to the range, or if you can find a target and get your percentages and see how many balls out of 10 we can hit on the green, and dial in those wedges. You don't always have to go full bore on a wedge. You can take some off, bring the ball flight down, bring the spin down. You don't want to be hitting it super high if you can help it on a normal shot. You want that ball to stay on the club, kind of stay on it and hit it, and it to hit the green and stop. You don't need it to backspin. And when you're over swinging, a lot of times you'll get these coming up and so forth. So use this drill and get the feeling of taking it back in one piece. Thank you for watching.